Hi traders, I want to show you an example of a bearish gartley pattern that's set up on the Euro US dollar. The pattern actually is set up on a 15-minute chart. Remember, before we start looking for patterns, we want to make sure we've identified a key area of higher time frame support or resistance. So we're currently looking at the Euro dollar daily chart here, and you can see we've had a nice leg down. The price has started to retrace. So we want to identify areas where we could see some good selling pressure. So we drop our fib down from the high down to the low. You can see price started to retrace. You can also have a look at these other areas here for potential confidence. If we draw the swing from this high down to this low, 127 projection extension up with that 79 level, and if you drop a horizontal line from the high, just work your way down. You can see you've got obviously this level here. You see this bullish candle before price really dropped to the downside. Price has come up. You can see it's actually hit that 79. It hasn't quite come up as high as that block yet. We just drop this down to that 79 level. You see this area of support where price rallied, came back, now testing as resistance. Just move the chart across here. Have a look at that lower level. We have resistance. See the close below. Make our way across as well. See here, support, resistance, support. Comes back, close below, back to resistance, 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 holds as support again, closes back below. See the closure of the candle, holds as resistance, big leg down. So that area is a real nice level we want to be paying close attention to. And you can see, if we just take another horizontal line, drop it down, and see where price is actually traded to. We've got resistance here, closes below, back to resistance, then this big bullish candle closes above the level, comes back, tested as support. Okay, so this area here, we're essentially just trading in a range of about, let's call it 100 pips. Okay, so I just want to get rid of this. So we want to look for a potential pattern setting up at this area of resistance up here, or the level of support. Now if we move over to the 15-minute chart, actually let's go to the 4-hour first. Let's compress this. So there's the area we've identified. Just adjust this slightly. High down to the low, start retracing. There's the 79 level. You can see in here, see this level in here. And this little block, you see our price comes back, retest that area. Nice rally. And then price is committed below, come back, retest the back end of that area as resistance, big leg down. Now come back up, see it spiked the 79 level. And it's come off, so it didn't make its way down, and then see how I find support here, rallies back up to resistance, and you see the rejection. Okay, look at the wick here, showing signs of rejection, weakness. See the wick. Okay, it's looking pretty heavy at the moment. So we move over to the hourly chart. Just see that area, what it looks like. Okay, you can see these swings, low highs, low lows, and price rallies back up here again, coming back to test that area of resistance, and you see the rejection once again. Okay, so we move over to the 15-minute chart. This is where the pattern actually set up. See how price comes off that level once again. Okay, higher time frame, it's a daily level, so that's where you're going to start seeing, institutional flows coming in around this area. And remember, we're not trying to just click buy or sell at the actual area, because they are zones. So we're looking for patterns to prove to us that the levels like to hold. So you see this drop down from here. Okay, it takes out this low, got a lower low. Price then rallies, retraces, and then it drops. So if we put a Fibonacci tool from this high down to this low, see how price retraces up to the 62% level, and then it starts to drop. Once it starts to stall out, as long as it doesn't take this low out here, you can put a fib tool on from the low up to the high, and you see how we have the 79 with the 127 area with that confluence, as well as this area. You see this area of resistance here, so that would form your bearish gartley. So if we label this, it'll be X, A, B, C, and you look for a rally up to your D point here. So we can highlight this area here, and we just pop a line here. So 33.62 would be the area you want to be looking to place a trade at, a sell limit. Stop above the high. Let's go to our platform. New pending order. So put a sell limit at 3. So one spot 336. Going at 6.1. So just a pip below that area. It's a 15-minute pattern, so it's not majorly big. And then a stop loss. You see the high is around 73. So we'll make it. Let's try 15 pips. 15 pips should do the trick, just above the high here. Okay, we'll leave the take profit open for now. I want to see what the reaction is at the area. So let's step this forward. So there's price starting to come off this area. Looking for a spike up. Okay, so there's the reaction. See the spike up, and that's why it's very important to have your limit order waiting. If you try and get in after prices hits the level, you can see if there's selling there, you shouldn't really see price come back to the level. Okay, you should just see that nice release and price starting to sort of move lower here. Okay, now in terms of problematic areas, we've obviously got, you see this area here, we need to see price close below that level, which we've got. Okay, the next level I'm going to eye out is, you see this little block here. I want to see price close back below there, and then I want to see these lows down here. You see this area right here and here. Okay, these are problematic areas. We've got order block sitting in here and over here. Okay, so areas I definitely want to pay attention to. Just have a look at the hourly chart. So on the hourly, you see this little order block standing out quite nicely there. It's not a bad looking area in terms of take profit. And if we also just want to draw a fib draw from this low up to this high, I want to see where we stand. So there's, you can see prices rarely come down to the 38, found support here, and it obviously rallied up towards highs. So now we've sold at that resistance area, and you see price clear that 38. The fifth area, you see it lining up with that block and this area in here. See here, nice area of support becoming resistance, support, and that 50%, that 15-minute block, that's where price really released to the upside. And then the 62 area. So what I would like to do here is, if price gets down to these lows, get the stop to break even. Okay, and then I'd like to target, I'd like to take off part of the position around here. You can see also the 127 projection or extension of this swing lining up when around this area. So just adding that extra bit of confidence, and then the next sort of position around here. Okay, and just have a look at that 4-hour chart, just see what that looks like. Sort of major block now is this area here. Let's just move this up. See here, resistance, support. We have this order block here, and then price rallies from there. You can even look at that area there. So back to the hourly chart quickly. So I think what I'd like to do, this key area here, is take half the position off if price gets down here, and then either this area here or this 4-hour level looks pretty good. Okay, so let's get over to the 15-minute chart and just move this forward, see what happens from here. Okay, so you see we've closed below this area, this little block, resistance, support. Now we're looking for a retest of that area. Let me just clear these fibs off. I want to see a retest of this block and see if price can move lower. Okay, so it's come back a little bit deeper. Now it's back down below there. You can also use these micro trend lines to manage. Moving lower now, breaking below this area here. Okay, that's a good sign. Still not close below this little trend line. Coming back, retesting this area. Look at the wicks here, okay, showing signs of rejection. Because there's your release to the downside. See, it's actually spiked down into this little block on the left hand side. Okay, now if you have a limit order, you want to set your take profit up, you can take off something around that area. I just want to go over to the 5-minute chart and just watch this level a bit closer. We're up 39 pips, okay, so doing pretty good on the trade. What I'm going to do once we've broken, you see we've taken these lows here, I'm going to stop the break even on this trade now, and you see this area here, I actually would like to take some profit there. Okay, so in and around this level here, you know, as I said, I'm going to take some profits here. I think it's a good level to definitely be eyeing out some profits. And I want to move this close part of the position, close half off at 48 pips. Okay, remember we originally risked I think it was 15 pips on the trade, so risk reward is really good. So we've taken half off here, and in terms of the next target, I want to be looking down at this area right here, okay, 3300, so the figure. So if we just modify this, so one spot 33.0, and we'll put it around, let's say 2, we'll include that spread, so just above this area. If price can get down there, I'll be keen to get that position off. Let's go back to the 15-minute chart. So we really want to see, you see this level here, okay, we've had a little pop up from this block. I want to see price hold below this area now, or even this area here. Okay, once we start moving back above these areas here, the trade's going to have a bit of a problem. So holding at resistance, okay, see this next level here, if we can get a move back down here, see this block here, what I want to do is I want to move my stop down to just above this high, okay. I don't really want to see it come, this area here is definitely a problematic area. Okay, so now we're coming back to this area. That's good for the trade. I don't want to see this block here can definitely act as support. Okay, so we could definitely take a leg up here. So I want to move my position to stop down. Move it. This high is 33, so I'm gonna make it around 36. Okay, just above this high. $36. Don't want to see price coming back up here at all. Okay, you see how this block's now hold? Okay, that's not good for the trade. If we close back above here, you'll likely see another run higher, okay? Okay, so you can see how that comes back, retests this little block here, this little block on the top, okay? Starting to rally, so you likely move now up to here, and if that area doesn't hold, because now you're going to trade from resistance back to this block of support, you'd like to rally up into resistance. But let's wait and see. So ideally, if there were sellers were in control here, you'd like to have seen price take another leg down. Okay, so there's a spike up now, and we've just been taken out of the position. I'll just have a look at that. So we would take out 48 pips on half the position that was down at this base here, and then the other half we got stopped out for 25 pips. I was just on this retest, took this higher. Just so you can see we've got higher low now. I'll just step this forward and show you where we are now. You see how this comes back from resistance, this block. Okay, this is where you likely see a bounce of support. Okay, so you scalpers out there, if you want to play these bounces, you just watch these blocks. Okay, see it from block to block. So it comes back, retests this little block here. Okay, and there's a gap. That's the weekend gap now. So nice little profitable trade. That was a bearish gartley found at key resistance on the daily chart.